Good morning, everyone. We are going to do our monthly online class. And my name is Joy Durham, and I'm with Joy's Oil Well. And I like to teach people how to use essential oils and how to have a better oily lifestyle. So, what I've been doing is each month having a topic that we kind of look at how can I use the oils and the supplements to help me in this area. So, this month, March of 2019, we're going to talk about respiratory support. Yay! So everybody wants to breathe better, right? Well, you should, even if you don't want to, because we have to breathe. So let's get started. So today's agenda is we're talking a little bit about the causes of respiratory irritations, talk about plant power, essential oils and supplements you can use, and how to get oils in your home. So I always have this at the beginning, just a little housekeeping. I just want to make a note that the advice that I share has not been evaluated by the FDA, but I want to state up front also that I'm not a doctor. I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA, and I am a certified nutrition coach, and I'm working on aromatherapy certification as well, but I'm not a doctor. The products and methods are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any illnesses, nor is it intended to replace your medical help. However, I do share personal experiences of myself and others using these natural solutions. And there is a ton of research available that supports many of the experiences and recommendations that I make. But you should always consult with a physician that you trust. And my goal today is just to give you more empowering options. But why? So why, Joy? Why do you even do this? Well, I believe plants are powerful. This is my own personal mission statement I put up here, is I believe plants are powerful, and I'm committed to leading a path toward plant wellness by living my best plant-based life. So it's not a perfect plant-based life right now. It is a journey, but that is what my commitment is and what I finally figured out what my goal and purpose is in life. So as my company, which is Joy's Oil Well, its mission statement is very similar. So Joy's Oil Well is committed to providing a path to plant wellness by teaching and distributing CPTG essential oils, coaching about a whole food plant-based lifestyle, and encouraging nature-centered exercise. So that is what my company is geared towards, and that's why I do these classes as well. So breathing. So it's something that's pretty important. It's something that's kind of simple. You breathe in your oxygen through your nose, your mouth, and we breathe out carbon dioxide. So what's really cool is that we kind of have a symbiotic relationship with plants because they need that carbon dioxide and they give us oxygen. And so we kind of work together. So that's why it's important to really I believe, have a plant-centered life. So if you think about what's going on when you breathe, something's in my way, sorry guys. You breathe in by contracting your diaphragm, which is a flat muscle at the base of your chest. And this causes your chest to expand. So if you're sitting there right now, just take a deep breath and feel how your stomach kind of at the bottom and kind of how it expands out and take in a lot of nice air and oxygen. And this causes your chest to expand, and that's when we're drawing in air. As the air passes into our nose and mouth and through the airways, it will go into our lungs. And in our lungs, it sits some small air sacs called alveoli, which are right next to blood vessels. So the oxygen will travel from your alveoli into your bloodstream, and carbon dioxide at the same time is traveling the other way from your bloodstream into your alveoli, and then you breathe that out. So it's just an amazing process that's going on, but it's something that's very important for life. Actually, I looked this up, is that we can't even go more than 3 minutes without breathing. So it's very important. It's something we don't think about every day, but it's something that we really should pay more attention to. And one way we can do that is making sure that we have proper air quality in our home and in our environment that we're in. And so what are some ways to have and maintain a healthy respiratory system? The number one and first thing is don't smoke. So smoking, as we think about that process we just talked about in terms of breathing in oxygen and breathing in air and breathing out carbon dioxide, when you're smoking, you're putting in junk in there that's gonna hurt that process. Avoid harmful things in your environment. So avoid smoke, dust, and chemicals. So if you can stay away from those types of things in your environment, that will help you also have a healthy respiratory system. Number 3, exercise. I know exercise is good because it builds up that lung strength. And you can tell sometimes, like when you haven't exercised in a while, like me, because mine's kind of sporadic now because I had an injury. And when I do exercise, it's like, ooh, my lungs are out of shape. So exercising is a really good way. But you want to make sure when you exercise, especially if you exercise outside, which I do recommend getting regular outside exercise because you're going to soak up all that goodness from the sun. But try to do it away from busy roads, because busy roads are going to have, more pollution and exhaust, and we don't want to breathe that in as well. Wash your hands regularly. This is one that is just awesome for overall wellness and health, but people don't do it enough, and it drives me crazy because I'm like always wanting to, can I wash my hands? Let me clean my hands. But washing your hands, and some people are like, well, how long should I do that? Well, 20 seconds. A good rule is to sing the happy birthday song in your head and while you're washing your hands, and that should help. But you do this because it also prevents infections, which you don't want them to get into your lungs. Eat healthy. Lots of plants, lots of fruits and veggies. Those fruits and veggies are going to give you things that are going to strengthen you as well. So you want to eat lots of fruits and veggies, eat really healthy, and drink plenty of water. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Our body needs water. House plants. This is one that I don't really do yet. And I know it's important because my mom used to have the most beautiful plants in our home. I just do not have a green thumb. I know I need to develop a better green thumb, but my husband's real good at that. So I guess that helps for me. But having plants just in your environment is going to help with the pollutants in the home as well. And you can also diffuse. So diffusing, and that's why I have the pictures of the doTERRA's diffusers over there. Diffusing as well is going to help, so you can introduce some of that plant goodness into your environment. And then practice good hygiene. I know this seems like, why does she have that up here? But you need to wash away the particles, dust, hair, and things that you pick up along the way. It's amazing how many things you track in on your feet when you come in, how carpet can hold things. You roll around, or you just pass different environments we go in, we're going to pick up things. So you want to make sure you practice good hygiene, and that includes regular bathing and clothes washing. So I'm going to talk a little bit, just real quickly, about what are essential oils. I do this at every class because not everybody is aware, and different people may log in at different times. So the textbook explanation of what essential oils are is that they are naturally occurring volatile aromatic compounds that are found in seeds, bark, roots, flowers, and other parts of the plant. They protect plants against environmental threats and provide beneficial properties. They are highly concentrated when distilled for purity, potency, and efficacy. They have been used historically for food preparations, beauty treatment, and healthcare practices. So that's the textbook explanation. That's a lot. So basically what my explanation is, and what I tell people, is that they're powerful plant medicine. And so that's what I use primarily for my plant medicine, for myself and for my family. And so 3 cool things I want you to remember about essential oils. If you don't remember anything else that I say today in this class, just remember that essential oils are safer, less expensive, and more effective than traditional drugs. And that's another reason why I love, love, love them. So they're going to be safer. You're not going to have side effects. You don't have people that die from using essential oils. They're going to be less expensive because you're going to use a drop at a time. So a large bottle of essential oils that we have has 250 drops in it approximately. And I'm only using 1 or 2 at a time. So that's pennies per dosage, and they're more effective because they talk to the body. They have transcription factors on them, and the oils and the plants talk to the body. And remember, we have a symbiotic relationship going with plants, so it continues with the oils. So how can I use them? That's the next thing people always want to know. So these are the 3 ways you can use oils, and I am talking specifically about doTERRA oils because they are very high quality, and I trust them. And so the main way, especially with trying to have a stronger respiratory system or helping your respiratory system, is to use it aromatically. And so you want to breathe in the oils, or use a diffuser. And so why would we do that? It kills germs in the air. So that's the number 1 thing you want to make sure you try to do. It's going to open your airways when you breathe it in, and it also can affect your mood and help with things like depression and sad feelings. So that's the number one way that, and come home, and this is a habit I'm trying to build myself, come home and turn on that diffuser, or maybe leave it running while you're gone for the day. So most diffusers have a timer on them, so you can set it for a couple hours, and while you're gone, it's going to freshen and clean the air. So when you come home, you're going to get that awesome, awesome smell. Just put your favorite oils in there. Or if there's some sickness going on in your home, run it then. Or if you have people that have issues with breathing, run that as well. So this is going to be one of the number one ways to help with the respiratory system. But other ways you can use the oils that will help are it's going to be topically. You can apply it to your head, feet, ears, chest, back of neck, or any troubled areas. I always go to the bottoms of the feet because it's going to enter the bloodstream and affect the entire body within 30 seconds. So if you may have some issues going on with breathing and your chest, you can roll them on the bottom of your feet and you will feel the effects as well. So if that's something quick you want to do, you can do that as well. You can do both. You can do aromatic and topically at the same time and get that double punch effect. Another way you can use oils is internally. And again, I want to stress that I use doTERRA's certified pure therapeutic grade oils internally. I would not use the ones that you would get off the shelf at some of the major retailers, because they are not testing the oils to the degree and ensuring purity and quality the way that doTERRA is. And so some of the oils I will take under my tongue in a gel capsule or in water, and they can help with digestive system, mouth, throat, and liver. But today we're going to focus on respiratory system. And so one of the things people don't think about is how is the air quality in your home? We know that, some of the things out in the environment we can't control, and there may be some issues, but how is it in your actual home? And so research has shown that the air quality indoor can be 2 to 10 times the more polluted inside than it is outdoors. And why does this happen? Well, there's some factors that contribute to why the air quality is not as strong or it's not as good inside as it is outside. And it could be you have airborne particles that come from diesel exhaust, dust, smoke, and other sources. There's indoor formaldehyde from building materials, furniture, cooking, and smoking. Household odors and gases from activities such as painting, cooking, and smoking. Ozone from outside, like air or the ground level ozone is very harmful to breathe, and sometimes that gets inside. And carbon dioxide from people exhaling and cooking. So we have some things that are going on in our home, so that's really also another good reason to go ahead and use your diffuser regularly, because it'll help with those that you don't even think about. We have an air purifier going pretty much 24/7, and we have our the diffusers going as well. I need to get better with the diffusers, but those go as well. And another trick, and you think about, how you change your air filters for your whole household, you can add some drops of essential oil to those as well. That can help, and it can help with circulation throughout the house. So as a result of having this indoor pollution, what we've seen in the past 20 years, that childhood asthma has increased so much. And you may have realized or recognized that with the children that you may know in your life. So what are some things that we can use? What are some things that we can use? We're talking about oils today, and the number one oil that I recommend for people that have any respiratory issues or are suffering is to use Breathe oil. Now, Breathe is what is also known as the respiratory blend. So what it does, it helps you maintain feelings of clear airways and easy breathing. It can help you promote a restful night's sleep. So if you think about it, we get a nice deep breathing going. We can sleep better at night. It helps minimize the effects of seasonal threats. We're about to get into that spring season, and we're going to have that sneezing going on, watery eyes, all of that. You can diffuse or inhale it directly into the palms of your hands or rub it on your chest and feet. You can use it outdoors to minimize the effects of the sneezing season that's coming up. And you can diffuse at bedtime for a restful environment. And so what you see here pictured, it comes in many forms. So you can get it in the oil itself. But what I really, really love is the drops. And you see those drops on the right-hand side of the screen. And so what's powerful to me about these drops is that they have contain Melissa oil in them. Now, Melissa oil is a very powerful oil, but oftentimes it is outside of people's budget. So this bag of drops, I think there's about 30 in there. It's probably about $10 or $12, and you wholesale $10 or $12, and you get the beauty of being able to use that powerful Melissa oil as well. So I've had people tell me that they've used these drops to help them if they're starting to have issues with their asthma flaring up, or if they're having, they're starting to get congested, and it's really powerful to help them. You also see that soft, what is it called? That stick, I think it's called a Breathe Vapor Stick. I'm sorry. Now that Breathe Vapor Stick is what I recommend people to, when they want to ditch that Vicks Vapor Rub. I can't stand that stuff. But this Vapor Stick, if you're used to using that Vicks Vapor Rub, I recommend replacing it with that Breathe Vapor Stick. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. I rub it on my chest. I rub it on my children's chest. I rub it on their back as well to help clear up some respiratory issues they may be having. And also you can get Breathe oil in a roller bottle, and that's what that other one you see up there. But I did want to just read a little bit to you because I have my reference books that I always turn to. I like to delve a little bit more into the oils. And the Respiratory blend, its main ingredients are laurel, eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, ravensara, and some of the uses that you can use it for are for cough and bronchitis, pneumonia, and you would just inhale it and apply it over your chest. You can use it for asthma, cold and flu, allergies, snoring. And you can also use it for emotional issues that you may have if you feel closed off from loved ones. So there's some recipes, and I'll share a few a little bit later in the class. But one that I saw is pretty cool. So you can take 2 drops of the Breathe oil, 2 drops of the On Guard oil, and 2 drops of black pepper. Combine them all with some of the carrier oil, which we use fractionated coconut oil, and rub it on your chest and mid-back to fight any respiratory infections or spastic issues or chronic cough you may be having. And you can apply this 3 to 5 times daily. And so you could actually probably make your roller with that if you wanted to, or you could just apply it 3 to 5 times a day. And so that's, again, 2 drops of Breathe, 2 drops of On Guard, and 2 drops of black pepper. So that's going to be a pretty powerful combination for you as well. But there are some more oils you can use for respiratory support. And some of these were actually in the Breathe oil, but sometimes what I like to do is to maybe layer some of these oils on. Maybe I'll put the Breathe on, and then I'll add some cardamom. Cardamom is one of my favorite. I love that yummy smell, but it's very powerful as well at helping with your respiratory system. But peppermint is one that's really common. People use as well. It has anti-inflammatory issues, and it also helps as terms of being a fever reducer. So if you're having some issues and you want to help with that as well, peppermint helps with headache and migraine, which sometimes can accompany respiratory issues. It helps with asthma and cough. It can help with bad breath. But it is really good at helping open you up and get more oxygen. One tip that I'm going to share with y'all is that I also use peppermint before I maybe go on a long walk or I work out or get on my treadmill, because it's going to help open up my airways, and I can get a deeper breath and deeper breaths and get some more oxygen and energy. I really feel that's an energy boost when I use peppermint and Breathe. I've actually used Breathe in a diffuser while I'm on the treadmill, and it is a difference, really night and day difference. Another oil you can use for respiratory support is eucalyptus. The eucalyptus, it's an awesome smell too. It's a very distinctive smell, but it's like an instant opening up of your breath. It helps with congestion and cough. So if you're having issues with congestion and cough, you may want to go ahead and grab that eucalyptus and apply 2 to 4 drops to your chest or diffuse it. It's also a recommended top use is bronchitis and pneumonia, sinusitis. You can dilute it and you can apply it around on your sinuses, but be careful and avoid your eyes. It's also helpful with asthma. You can inhale 2 drops in cupped hands and apply it to your lung reflex points on the bottom of your feet. So this is another one that's really good. So let's see, cardamom. Cardamom is one that I think smells awesome. I think I got sick last year, and cardamom was like my bestie. Sorry, some of my besties on here too, but cardamom helped me through trying to just breathe better. But it is good for congestion as well, and you can rub it over your chest or diffuse, and it's good for helping with cough as well. What I was doing is I was rubbing on that vapor stick and then putting cardamom on it. I also know that there is a doctor here in town who has prescribed to people to use cardamom, just add it to like your morning tea or whatever, and get it into like a daily routine to help with better respiratory function. And the last one you have on here is our copaiba or copaiba. People say it different. I think I use both pronunciations, whatever I'm feeling like that day. But copaiba is really good for lots of different functions, and one thing it does help is with your respiratory function. I think one thing it's really powerful with is helping with pain and inflammation, and so you know if you're having irritants and things in your lungs, that's one of the reasons why copaiba is going to be very effective. Now, what I'm using is a book called Advanced Oil Magic. I always have a book, a reference book, to help me look up things in case I can't get to my to my mentor who helps me learn about oils better. So I always recommend you have a resource as well. So how can you really use the oils? And so this is where the meat of it all comes. Okay, you told me all this cool stuff. I know I need to have better respiratory support, but how can I really use the oils? So for respiratory support, lots of times for people, what happens is that you're having issues. It's either something's irritating you and it's something that's that is seasonal. And so there's something that the first thing I always recommend people try is try the allergy balm. And that is going to be, and this is a recipe, and this is from Rollerball Remedies, and they have several recipes that you can try. But here's one, it takes 20 drops of lemon, 20 drops of lavender, 20 drops of peppermint in a 10 milliliter roto bottle with fractionated coconut oil. So in the make and take classes that I teach locally, we usually do half that and use the 5 ml roller bottle, but you can do that. And so you can roll it on the back of your neck, roll it on your chest. I think I've actually rolled it behind my ears before and on my sinuses. It just opens you up. So lemon is really good at helping with mucus. The lavender is a natural antihistamine, so it helps with that reaction your body is having. And peppermint we already talked about, so it's really good at fever reducing and opening up your airways. Now, if you don't want to make a roller, or you don't want to have to deal with having a roller bottle, or the other ways you could also take this is you could take a couple of drops in water. If you don't want to do that, doTERRA does sell something called Try Ease, and it has these 3 oils already in it, and you can just take one. It's turning into, during that season, we in our house, me and my daughter, we both have some seasonal issues. We take 1 Try Ease a day. It's just part of the regimen to keep our reactions down. Also, there's another blend that we've done in classes, and it's called Stuffy Nose. And so that has 40 drops of Breathe, which is also a respiratory blend, and 25 drops of lime. And I've heard really good responses from people that have used this blend. They really love that Stuffy Nose one. And you can apply that one right over your sinuses. Some people put it above your eyebrows, under your nose. It is very effective to layer with lavender as well to reduce inflammation. So these are just 2 options you have right here. Well, 3 actually, if you throw in the Try Ease. So DIY Wednesday. So every Wednesday, I go live on Facebook in my Facebook group, which is Joy's Oil Well. The address is down there at the bottom. It's an open group. Anybody can join. And where we do, myself and my teammates, we do education in there of people how to use essential oils. And so one of the things we started doing is DIY Wednesday, because it's one thing to have these oils and these bottles, and it can be a little intimidating and not to know what to do with them. And so my mission is to help people know, what do I do with these oils, Joy? And so here's one thing, sinus steamer. So this one's a pretty cool one. It is a kind of, I won't say aggressive, but it's kind of aggressive in terms of helping open up your sinuses. So if you're having issues with sinuses, this is one I recommend for you. So what you do, this is easy. You get a cup of hot water, either it's boiling hot or hot as you can get it, and add these oils that are on here, 2 drops of oregano, 2 drops of melaleuca, 2 drops of peppermint, and 2 drops of lemon. Add them into your cup of water. close your eyes and just breathe in and take deep breaths, inhalations of the steam that's going to come off of that. It's going to be really strong. You got that oregano in there, and that oregano is it kicks butt, and I love it. But it's going to help clear up what's going on in your sinuses. But I do want to say, make sure you close your eyes because it's strong. Another thing you can try is going to be the congestion buster diffuser blend. So both of these, actually, the congestion buster and the energizing breath, are both diffuser blends that you can use in your diffuser, and you can have those running. And so one is going to have our eucalyptus, our peppermint, and our lavender, and you can add some orange to it. And so those next to it, that's telling you how many drops to use. So 3 drops of eucalyptus, 3 drops of peppermint, 3 drops of orange, and 2 drops of lavender. Put that in your diffuser with some water and let it run, and that should help with congestion as well. That would be a good one to have by the bedside at night while you're sleeping. And another one is energizing blend, and this is one to maybe use during the day because it has that wild orange and the bergamot in it. That's going to help you get through the day and stay energized. So these are the types of things we talk about on DIY Wednesday, and I actually go through and show you how to do it step by step. So you're welcome to join. So how do I improve my lifestyle? So that's really what the focus should be. How do I make changes that improve my lifestyle? By creating healthy daily habits. That's really what's going to count. And it doesn't have to be all at once. It just has to be something that you make baby steps. I always promote baby steps. And so one of the baby steps that you can do overall for better daily health is going to be to get a good supplement. And because our food right now, what we take in is not the same quality that it used to be even 50 years ago. So one of the things that I use is I use the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And it's going to have an alpha CRS in it. It has your omegas in it, and it has your vitamins and minerals in it. Everything you need is wrapped up in there. It also has tummy tamers in there. So I know some people, when they take supplements, it upsets their stomach. That doesn't happen with this. And it also is going to be infused with some oils in some of them as well. So that's going to get added bonus. You're going to get cool oils like frankincense. Is going to be included in the supplement pack. The other thing that we recommend for daily is Terrazyme. So Terrazyme is giving you digestive enzymes. So these are enzymes that we lose over time. If you notice, when you were younger, you could eat all kinds of crazy stuff, but then when you get into your 30s, 40s, and 50s, it's like, yeah, that tears me up. I can't eat that. Well, we've lost a lot of our digestive enzymes as we age. I think it's like every decade we lose about 50%, and so this Terrazyme helps replace that and helps you be able to digest things. So if you're things like lactose intolerant, or you have gluten sensitivity, these are things that are going to help you, because what's going on is that we're needing those enzymes to help break down these different foods. So if you have a heavy meal, you take, you can take 3 of these with that meal, or if you're just eating light every day, I would take 1 with the meal. And the other thing that's really powerful is adding a drop of lemon to your water when you drink. Now be sure that you add it to glass or stainless steel or ceramic container. Don't put it in styrofoam or plastic, because the lemon oil will eat through those, and then you'll be taking in more toxins, and you don't want to do that. The point of the lemon oil is to get rid of the toxins, and it will help with digestion as well. But in terms of respiratory support, daily things you can use, and we already mentioned this, where you can use Tri-Ease. You can take that daily. Take your supplements, the Lifelong Vitality. And then we have a product called beadlets. So there are On Guard beadlets, which are for immune boost, and peppermint beadlets. You can take those daily as well. And what you can also do is get in the habit of diffusing. So diffuse, breathe, the eucalyptus, the peppermint, the On Guard, the cardamom, frankincense, just different oils. Get in the habit of diffusing to clean the air and to help add respiratory support. And that just tells you there's formulated with potent stuff I just told you, but I guess I didn't remember to click the button. So why do we need a wellness foundation? Because one thing that we need to realize is that in order to be well and to have better health care for ourselves, that we have to be accountable for it. we have been conditioned to hand over accountability of our health and wellness to someone else. And so this wellness pyramid is showing you ways that can help you take back that by using some lifestyle changes, eating right, exercising, rest and management, reducing your toxic load. And everything that we talked about today are things that are going to help you with that. Also having informed self-care and being proactive with medical care. So my goal is always going to be to take these pills now so I don't have to take these pills later. I have no desire to get into this cycle, because it is a cycle that's really hard to get out of. So you're saying, oh, well, I want to make a change. How does this work? Well, there's different things. The first thing we can do, you can set up a wellness consult with myself or someone on my team. If someone else referred you to this class today, then talk to them. Ask them, how do I make some changes and help with my wellness? And so we do things called wellness consults. They're not very long. It's mostly you talking, saying what it is that you want to change in your life. And we make recommendations and we help you through that. Another level of involvement is some people that I work with, they get their oils for free because they share with their family and friends. And so it's really easy once you start using oils and you say, oh, I love these, but I want the people that I love to have access to them and be exposed to them as well. And so you just start sharing and telling them how you got yours. And so what happens is I can show, and I've helped people get their oils for free that way. And then there are some people that love it so much, like I do, they actually earn income by telling other people about oils. And any of these levels of involvement I can help you with, or the person that referred you to this class can help you with. So it's like, how do I purchase doTERRA oils? Again, that's what I use. And so there are two really quick and easy ways to get started. You can get little bottles, which are 5 ml, and you get those beadlets that come in that one, or you can get the big bottles, and that comes with a free diffuser. So, we've been talking about diffusing, and that kit that gets you started comes with a free diffuser. And again, if you want to get started, you don't have your oils, you talk to me, or you can talk to the person who referred you. What I do want to say is that don't think that I can just go on Amazon or eBay and get these. doTERRA cannot guarantee what you buy from anyone other than themselves. There are people, I know we like for everyone to be honest and upfront with us, but there are people that can seal these bottles, reseal them, and they can put whatever they want in there and you'll never know. So I just guarantee always getting it directly from the source. And you do that by talking to a wellness advocate. So the next thing you do after you get your oils is you connect with an oily tribe. So the oily tribe that I lead is called Joy's Oil Well. We get you hooked into what references to use. There's a book. That's that book that I told you is my new #1 favorite book. It's called Advanced Oil Magic, and it is awesome. It tells you about the oils. It has recipes in it. It has beautiful pictures. It's easy to read. I love, love, love it. So that's one thing. You need to get good reference materials. You need to get connected with the oily tribe. You need to attend classes. You can do them online or you can do them live. I just had a class last night about respiratory support, and we did some make and takes. And we have a Facebook page, and then we'll just have events throughout the year as well. So you just find ways to get connected, because that will help you in your oil journey and to figure out, how do I incorporate and how do I learn? And if these are the different ways you could connect with me directly, there's my website up at the top, mydoterra.com/joyswell Facebook group. You go to Facebook, you can just search Joy's Oil Well, and it's going to come up with probably 2 groups right now, and go to the public group, click on that one. And then next month, we are going to talk about healthy home, and the live class will be April 5th. It's going to be earlier in the month because I will be, I think Easter is that 3rd weekend, or I'm out of town. I can't remember which one it is. But it's going to be April 5th at 6:30 at the Weekly Community Center. We're going to talk about healthy homes. So we kind of touched on that today, different ways you can use the oils to have a healthier indoor environment. But we're going to talk about that even more. Changing out some things that you clean with, that's a big one right there. And then the following Saturday, we will talk about healthy home online at 11 a.m. like we did today. So let me see how I'm on time, because I know I have a friend, she's like, your classes are too long. So I wanted to keep this one short and sweet. I hope I did pretty well keeping it short and sweet. I thank you for joining me today. And if you have any questions, always, always feel free to contact me. Have a very blessed Saturday.